One day while on a day trip, Sandra and I was visiting the Bunker Hill Covered Bridge in Catawba County. We noticed a peculiar looking symbol with a sign that read Carolina Thread Trail just underneath it. Now, being an avid hiker, I looked into it and learned that it was a regional network of connected greenways, trailways, and blueways that reaches 15 counties in 2 states, and that it was still growing with new trails being added. I had always wanted Sandra to hike with me and thought that this may be just the thing, so after looking at the website, we both set out to complete every single thread trail. So grab your gear and come along with us as we set out to hike or paddle every thread trail and learn with us about the history, the geology, and people of these areas. I'm sure there will never be a dull moment. God, look at this. I thought there was a rock behind me. Looks like this might be bear tracks. One of only 2 original remaining covered bridges in North Carolina, the other being Mount Pisgah in Randolph County, the Bunker Hill Covered Bridge was built in 1895 by Andy L. Ramsor. Catawba County commissioners in 1894 had called on nearby owners of Bunker Hill Farm to build and maintain a bridge that would cross Lyles Creek on the Old Island Ford Road, a former Native American trail. The length of the trail is 1/2 mile one way. Hours of operation are dawn to dusk. If you would like more information about this trail, please see the link below to learn more. Okay, this right here, what you see in front of you, is what you're going to see on the website. But there is actually another trail that is not shown on the website. It's not highlighted, and that's what I want to point this out to you right now. If you'll look on this map here, down at the bottom, if you'll notice my mouse, right here at the bottom, this is where that bridge is. You'll see that bridge here. Well, right before you get to the bridge and those kiosks, those signboards there, if you'll notice to the left, right before you get to it, you'll see this post here with the Carolina Thread Trail. Now there is actually another trail. If you'll go up this little road right here, if you notice on this little picture here, there's a little road there. If you go up that little road, it's not going to be too far. Just as you're starting to top that crest and go down the hill where the creek is, you will see the trail on the left-hand side, and you'll see this tree here. Notice my mouse. This is what you're going to see. You're going to see that thread trail emblem with that red diamond, that red triangle right in front of it. Now what you'll do is you'll take that trail, and it will actually, now Lyles Creek runs right beside of this trail the entire way, but I am estimating that what you're seeing this highlight, I actually did this highlight myself. I am guesstimating that this is about as far as it goes. It's a nice little hike, at least a 1/2 mile at minimum, 3/4 of a mile at most. But you are going to see, it's actually going to, you'll see posts that will say in trail, these exact 2 features here, these 2 posts here, you're actually going to see that on the trail, and you'll see it on the video too. But it will say in trail and the Carolina Thread Trail. Now it is marked very well, and you'll know that you're coming to the end of that because you'll see this little bench here. It is literally just a few yards from the actual end of the trail. And so, but this little highlighted area is my little guesstimation, and I got this by looking at certain features. There's a huge rock in this one area here, and I do remember seeing that on the trail. So I'm guesstimating this is about as far as it goes, but definitely be sure to check that out because you will easily miss that. And so, but it is part of the Carolina Thread Trail. It's very well marked. Now, this actually here is the trail that's on the website, and just briefly going through it, you got your start here, and then you got your finish here. Very straightforward. It's a 1/2 mile easily. If you add that other trail into it, you're easily looking at a mile, maybe just a hair over a mile for this trail. And so if you double back on all of it, you're easily going to do 2 miles easily. And so, but At any rate, you got a nice sized parking lot. There is a porta-john out there. You might want to make sure you bring your own toilet paper out there, because there is no toilet paper inside of that thing that we noticed. But there is a porta-john that is provided for the hikers and the people visiting. But at any rate, you're going to see a literacy trail. There's a literacy trail with lots of kiosk, and make sure you check those out. And what is really unique about it is that there's a little thing that you can scan. If you notice my mouse here, this is one of those kiosks, and it's talking about bears. And if you notice this little area right here, you can scan that with a smartphone. And what we're going to do right now is I recorded Sandra trying this out, so let's take a look at that. Okay, here you can see she's scanning this. Now, there is an app that does have a fee connected to it, but as you can see, this is the first time we've ever done this. But you can see she scanned it, and now you can see all the facts about this animal. And for those of you that have children that just want to make the hike interested for them, this is definitely something I would check out doing. But as you can see, there's lots of information on this. All right, so that pretty much is the little brief overview of the trail and what it has to offer. Now it's time to let you see what we saw. Why covered bridges? They protected exposed wood superstructures from rot resulting from exposure to elements, rain, sleet, snow, and blazing sun. An uncovered wooden bridge's lifespan would be 15 to 20 years, but with a roof and sides, one would last as long as 100 years. Here it says the name Bunker Hill comes from the local Bunker Hill farm operated by the descendants of the Shuford and Lawrence families since the early 1800s. The bridge is also near the site of an early post office of the same name. And so you guys can check out these signs here and learn more. Here's one here. It says at least 10 covered bridges existed in Catawba County during the 19th century. Many were destroyed in the floods of 1916 and 1940. Others were phased out of use by the state legislature's Good Roads movement of the 1920s. Today, there are only 2 covered bridges in North Carolina, Catawba and Randolph counties. And hey, those that other covered bridge was a Pisgah covered bridge. Bunker Hill and Pisgah covered bridge, which Sandra and I we've been to the Pisgah covered bridge, and so that's going to be near the Uwharrie National Forest, right in that area there. You'll see it. And so, but it says right here, this gentleman, Herman Happ. It says here in 1851, Happ published General Theory of Bridge Construction, detailing his patent December 27, 1939, improving on the lattice truss. Happ wanted to discover formulae for determining weight distribution and capacities for bridges. His book detailing his discoveries of a decade earlier became a standard civil engineering text at the main engineering schools of the era. And so quite a little accomplishment there, but it tells more about him. Again, that's what's so great about these Carolina Thread Trails, is that it's not only just the trail, but it's the history and the people and geology and all types of things that you can learn about the area. Absolutely just amazing. And so this right here has a lot of educational stuff. There are so many interesting graffiti and dates and stuff like that. We thought we would try to find the oldest, I guess you could say, or just read some of them. Some of them that are that are PG or G. They have to be rated G. We're not going to read any of them that are not rated G. And so, but we also...
Ryan and Lynn have been together for 24 years.
Oh, okay. And here's something that we saw also. These little crosses. There's some here, and there's some over here where somebody left. Somebody left them for people to pick up. I already have one. I had somebody give me one a long time ago. And so, but at any rate, all right, let's get to reading some. Now, you did see one earlier.
From 1954. It's Ray Martin.
Right here.
1954.
1954. 1954. And so, there's that one. And somebody carved a cross on that one there. And
Go Bears.
let's see.
I wonder how many of these people still love each other. Because Johnny loves Linda. Denise loves Matthew.
Art will never die. So I'm assuming they're talking about actually drawings and painting, because we know there's some people named Art.
Christina,
That art will never die.
Christina loves Shane. Steele loves Amy.
There's a 1991 one.
Daniel loves Miranda.
Here's one. I don't know if this is just where the wood came from.
Maybe.
I can't even read that. Something FROC. Froceries. Hardware. Grain. Drills. Is what I'm reading there. And I hope the camera's picking some of this up. It seems like it is. 2016. There it is again. So yeah, this must be where, I don't know, the lumber. Because see, they had to refurbish, I'm assuming, part of this.
There's
Some of this.
Someone that had happy 6 months. I don't know, sobriety, or their baby's 6 months old, or I have no idea. And once it says, I love you. BL and AM forever.
I don't know if the camera can pick this one up, but it says engaged. 9/26/2010, Ruru and Pookie. Ruru and Pookie. Here's one. Wimpy was here, or just Wimpy. Wimpy. Some of these are so old, you can't even read them. I mean, they're just, the wood has, I mean, I guess with people carving over them too.
Oh, 9/24/50.
Either that or 80.
I don't know.
It very well, it looks
Either
like.
way, it's old.
Yeah, it would be.
Here's your initials.
It almost looked like it was punched in there, but it's old. You're right, it is old.
Here's your initials.
I didn't do it.
DW.
I did not do it. I deny it, and it's the truth. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I still love Dylan. Mayberry for life. 1706.
Mayberry for life.
Know what it says for life?
LIR. That's what it looks like.
Oh. Well,
Mayberry for liar. For whatever.
on the side it looked like life.
Yeah. And somebody drew a happy face with a sun. 1992.
1974. Marvin.
1974. Here we go. Marvin, we knew you were here. 1974.
That's the year I was born.
You cannot get by with it now. here we go. I have no idea. It looks like a frog.
It does look like a frog.
Okay, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope it was very educational for you. Please check out the Bunker Hill Covered Bridge Trail, and also check out my other videos that I have on other trails on my playlist called The Journey Hiking the Carolina Thread Trail. Lots of trips that are still yet planned, and lots of other videos as my wife and I continue to hike or paddle every single thread trail on the Carolina Thread Trail website. And so lots of adventures still to come. You guys take care.